Alright, most high in Christ. Make sure the video is good. Make sure the sound is good. Looks like we good to go. Alright, Shalom Israel. This is the UPK. Start out of 1 West, of course, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We under the leadership of Commander General YAHANNA. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group or camp. And what we teach so-called Black, Spanish, Native Indians are biblical Jews. Shalom. Shalom about that, everybody. You understand how it was? Alright. You know, we're just gonna start the intro over again with the UPK. We out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We under the leadership of Commander and YAHANNA. We're not affiliated with any other Israelite group, of course. And what we teach is so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the biblical Jews according to the Bible, man. You understand? And what we get in today, of course, this is the Tuesday Brotherhood class. And what we're gonna get into today is some that that is not happening within the black community. You know what I'm saying? That is not, which is just pretty much non-existent within the black community, man. You understand? We're gonna get into why the black man is so important within the household, and how America, how the society that we live in today has done nothing but just downfall the black man. You understand? And of course, when we say black man, we mean black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man. You understand? Of course, throughout our Hispanic tribe, you know what I'm saying, they understand as far as the importance of family. You understand? But when it comes to mainly the black household, mainly Judah, you understand, we are just so easily brainwashed as a whole. You understand? We are very, very we just, in the lack of other words, we just love America so much. You understand that we will disown our own. You understand? We will disown our own black man. You understand? It's to the point now where, of course, you understand, we just accept as far as drug dealers. You understand? We accept the homosexuality stigma that they have put over our head. You understand? We just accept that it's okay to put a man on child support. We just accept that it's okay to for a woman to just fully and just blankly and just say that you're not going to see your child, or you're not going to be able to see your kids ever again. All because of America, man. All because what America has done within the black community, man. You know what I'm saying? And we should definitely understand the importance of why the black man is so important, man. You understand? And I'm gonna open up with an article. We're gonna go through some articles, and then also we're gonna read some scriptures as well too. So this first article, this comes from the Montgomery Advertiser, and the title speaks for itself, man. The title really speaks for itself. It says, missing black women's cases are often unsolved, underreported. Here are 7 from Montgomery, and of course this is make sure that this is Montgomery, Alabama, and not Montgomery, Georgia. Yeah, so this is Montgomery, Alabama. So I'm gonna read just a little bit of this article, and then of course we're gonna be going back to the scriptures. So just bear with me. I'm gonna try to pull up the scriptures now, just so we can have everything in line. According to National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, of the estimated 613,000 people reported missing in the U.S. last year, about 60% were people of color. 60%. You know what I'm saying? This is our own land, and we're still being. And this article is. Let me see. This article was November 15th of last year, man. And they said just about 60% of the missing people throughout the U.S. are black people, man. 60%. 60%, man. That is a very, very heavy, very, very wide number, man. It didn't say 10, 20. It says 60% were people of color. You understand? So we got, although black women make up less than 7% of the U.S. population, they represented about 10% of all missing person cases throughout the country. Estimated by the Black and Missing Foundation, put the total number of disappeared black women and girls at 64,000. So we have 64,000 as of last year missing black women and black girls. Missing black women and black girls. I'm gonna read this paragraph one more time. It says, although black women make up less than 7% of the U.S. population, less than 7% of the whole population throughout the U.S., they represent about 10% of all missing persons cases throughout the country. Estimates by the Black and Missing Foundation put the total number of disappeared black women and girls at 64,000. 64,000 missing black women and black girls, man. And the women these days, they still want to live in a quote-unquote reality life, man. If a man don't make X amount of money, he can't do nothing for me and a quote-unquote my kids, man. But of course, according to the scriptures, we know that that the seed of the offspring is of the Father, man. You know, saying Christ said himself that he is the seed of David, man, from the tribe of Judah, man. That's throughout the whole scriptures, man. So how can a black woman say that? It's okay for me to do this black man this way, put him on child support, saying that he can have supervised visitation, or he can't see his child at all. But we still have 64,000 women missing, and the number is climbing daily, man. Daily. 64,000 women and girls are missing, unsolved, and just non-existent throughout social media, and mainly through the mainstream media, man. Everybody out here worrying about this coronavirus, the COVID-19, but we have 64,000 women, black women, Hispanic and Native Indian women missing right now. And we worried about some doggone coronavirus, man. No, man, we need to cure the virus of the black man not being in the household, man. That's the cure that we need to find, man. We need to find a cure to why the black man is not in the household, so he can be in the household, so we'll be able to prevent 64,000 black women and girls missing, man, today, man. That's the cure that we need to find, man. instead of some doggone coronavirus, man. Who cares, man? Who cares about this coronavirus, man? Bring our black, Hispanic, and women back, man. And more importantly, allow that black man to be a man in the household, man. This is something that has just been taken out of the black community, man. Following the ways of America, following the ways of these heathen customs, man. I'm gonna read this paragraph one more time, man, so it can be embedded in our minds and in our understanding. Although black women make up less than 7% of the U.S. population, they represent about 10% of all missing persons cases throughout the country. Estimates by the Black and Missing Foundation put the total number of disappeared black women and girls at 64,000. 64,000, huh? In Alabama, the heightened media attention surrounding the recent disappearance of 3-year-old Camille McKinney and 19-year-old Anaya Blatchard, who is still missing, and who is still missing, are somewhat of and considered the scant media attention missing black girls and women typically garner. Let me read a little bit more. Black girls are often classified as runaways. You know what I'm saying? It says black girls are often classified as runaways rather than missing persons, shifting the focus from public safety to personal responsibilities. According to black and missing stereotypes about African Americans in crime also play a role in the disparity in media coverage. Black people are often labeled as criminal associates involved with drugs and gangs and assumed to live in areas where crime is a part of their daily lives, man. And of course, you understand, we understand, of course, here within the UPK that that the drugs and that drug epidemic and as far as a crime rate that come within that Ronald Reagan era, man. He pushed drugs within the black community, man. You know what I'm saying? He's the reason for black on black crime, man. He's the reason for a black man selling drugs to another black man or Hispanic man or a Native Indian man, man. He's the reason, man, behind all of this, man. You know, then you got Bill Clinton. He still people are locked up to this day for having or trying to sell a dime bag, man. And of course, you know what I'm saying, we don't condone as far as selling drugs, you know what I'm saying, because that's the ways of our heathens, man. But man, Bill Clinton, after they didn't push drugs within the black community, they want to lock up black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man for what our oppressor has done to us, man. So to the hell with our oppressor, man. You know what I'm saying? And they trying to revert this article and trying to focus on as far as what we are quote unquote labeled as, man. No, man. We are labeled according to the scriptures as the greatest people, man, that ever walked this face of the earth, man. Deuteronomy chapter 7 and 6, man, it says that we are holy, man, meaning, man, we are separate from all these other nations, man. And the scripture keep on saying that we are above all these other nations, man, that are upon the face of the earth, man. I'm going to keep on reading. In Montgomery, 7 women have been identified as missing since as far back as 1998, 4 of whom were abducted between the ages of 16 and 21, and 1 who remains unlisted in both National Missing and Unidentified Person System in the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency's database. Here are their names and what and what is known of their cases, you understand? And of course, we're not going to get into this, you understand? So we understand that, of course, going back to the top of the article, that 64,000 women are missing here within America, and this was an article that was last year of November. So of course that number is of course rising. You understand? And what America is trying to do, they're trying to divert our minds to be focused on this coronavirus when we still don't have the black man within the household, man. We still do not have the black man in the household, man. Why? Because America wants that woman to put him on child support. That woman, so like America wants us to say that man is non-existent. America wants us to say, oh man, he only has a minimum wage job, so he's not making enough money. Come on now, man. This is what America wants, man. But what we need to realize, man, is that the man in the Bible and the man in the I.S.U.P.K under Commander General YAHANNA, we have importance, man. You understand? We have goals. You understand? We are the reason why we are so important, not only within the black household, but also throughout the black community, man. You know what I'm saying? Because one of our slogans here within U.P.K is brotherhood is a weapon, man. Why, man? Because our oppressor hates to see when black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man come together and there's no argument. There's no killing. There's no sexual deviance that they push up upon us, man. Because that's what they truly want us to see us as, man. But no, man, we have very, very importance within the black household, and not only within the black household, but within the black community as well too. In 1 second, I'm gonna get this first scripture. Bear with me, and of course, if anybody got any questions or comments online, just go ahead and type them in. 1 second here, make sure we get to go. That's all. Okay, what we got? Good. Second, Ezra 15, 17. I'm going to look this one up. Second, Ezra 15 and 17. Come on now. Make sure it's a King James. Give me 1 moment here. You understand? So this is the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 17, man. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able to, man. A man should desire to go into a city, man, and should not be able to, man. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall hold no part upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread in for great tribulation, man. You understand? Oh, shalom, sir. Shalom, shalom. You understand? Our men these days, man, they are not able to go within their own cities, man. They are not able to do anything that our oppressor, they are not able to do exactly what the Most High wants them to do, man, as far as going into a city and building a good city, man. All because the oppression that our oppressor has put upon us, man. All because of what, man? All because America does not want the black man within any city, man. The black, our oppressor does not want any black man within a household, man. At all, man. If I could, sir, if we can get Mark chapter 3 and verse 27. You know what I'm saying? And we need to realize, man, that all of this, man, all of this is America's agenda, man. All this is what America exactly wants, man. They don't want us to be successful black men. They don't want us to be a successful Hispanic man. They don't want us to be a successful Native Indian man within their own land. This is something that they do not want, man. And it's throughout the scriptures, man. You can go ahead and read when you got it, sir.
The book of Mark, chapter 3, verse 27. No man can enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he will first bind the strong man.
You know what I'm saying? So, of course, within biblical times, you understand, of course, no one was able to go into a black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man house to spoil his goods, man. Why, man? Because we were under, you understand, we were under the Most High, man. Meaning, man, you understand, we knew exactly our sole duty, man, and we were not letting anyone, as far as women, our oppressor, come and try to spoil our goods, man. And this is something that we are experiencing now, man. Just like we said earlier, man. You know what I'm saying? We got child custody cases, we got child support cases, we got brothers that can't even see their own kids, man. We got brothers that want to spend time with their children, but they're under a rulership of a wicked heathen customs, man. And the origin of it is the European man. The European man has set all of this up, man, so they'll be able to bind the strong man. So they'll be able to spoil the goods within their own household. And how are they spoiling those goods? They're spoiling those goods by taking the black man out of the household, man. If we can get it from the top, Shalai.
God. The book of Mark, chapter 3, verse 27. No man can enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he will first bind the strong man. You
understand? Because that's exactly what is going on within the black community right now, man.
Right.
You understand? We have it to the point where an own black man is spoiling the goods of another black man's household, man. How? He waits for that man to wake up, go to work his 9 to 5, and in between that 9 to 5, while his wife is there with the kids, you have another brother that is just doing nothing but lurking, and he will go to that man's house and spoil his goods by why? By sleeping with that man's wife, man. By sleeping with that man's wife, man. And this is something that is just so rampant within the black community, man. It's almost to the point where like everyone does it and it's just normal. Go into another black man's house, being a black man, and will sleep with his wife, man. Spoiling his goods, man. Spoiling that household, man. How else, man? The government, they want to the point where the government, what they want to do is they want, of course, the black man out of the household. So what they do, they have the black woman go to Section 8. And the only way to file for Section 8 is you have to be independent, meaning you have to be single, meaning that you cannot have a man within the household. Even though you got three kids by a man, that man cannot go within that household if you're on Section 8, man. If you're receiving food stamps, That's how they're spoiling our goods, man. That's how they're spoiling the black man. You understand? Because we like the scripture says within Deuteronomy 7:6, we need to make sure that we are remaining separate from this nation. We need to realize that that separation is going to be able to build and bring that black man back into that household, man. Because if not, America is going to continue to spoil the goods, spoil that household, and spoil the whole black community, and spoil the whole 12 tribes of Israel, man. We're worrying about this whole coronavirus. No, man, we need to be worrying about how to cure the black community, man. And how to cure the black community is to allow that black man to be in that household, man. It's to allow that masculine man to be in that household, man. Not no homosexual, not no other female. A strong, heroic black man. Of course, preferably a man within the I.S.U.P.K, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we're going to know exactly what needs to be set in stone within that household, man. We can get it from the top one more time.
Mark chapter 3, verse 27. No man can enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he will first bind the strong man, and then he will.
And then that house is going to be spoiled, man. Then that house is going to be Americanized, man. Then that house is going to be whitewashed, because that's exactly what America wants. They want it their way. The mind that the independent woman, you understand? Everybody think that they can just do it on their own. Independent woman, or I don't need a man, or he has to put a ring on it first. Following the European culture, man, following American ways, man, has led us to exactly where we're at right now, man. And this scripture is evident within the black community, man. It's evident throughout the whole black culture, man. You know what I'm saying? We have women thinking that they rule over their man. How did they get that within their mindset, man? Believing in the American way, man. Believing that what's that saying through T.D. Jakes, "Woman, art thou loose?" You understand? You can do whatever you want to do, man. You can sleep with however many men you want to. Just don't allow that black man within that black household, man. Because then you're not making America great again, man. We need to continue to find the cure to bring the black man in the household, man. And of course, that can only be done here within the I.S.U.P.K, man. Only be done, man. Because the Christian church, he truly does not care about the black man. I mean, think about as far as the congregation within the Christian church. It's primarily women. It's primarily homosexuals. It's primarily lesbians. And where the black man's at? In the jail cells. On the corner trying to attempt to provide for his family, man. At his job trying to better his life, but he only has a minimum wage job, so what? The mother of his child is going to look at him as nothing. As he don't have enough money, so how can he, quote unquote, provide for me, man? No, man. America is disgusting, man. America in its ways, as far as binding the strong man, is disgusting, man. And it should not be frowned upon, man. This is something that we should take very, very serious, because the importance of a black man in that household is very, very important, man. There's nothing like having a masculine man within a household, man. All these women run around saying that they don't need a man, they don't need this. But when they child needs to be changed, who they calling up? A mechanic, which is 9 out of 10 times what? A man. Or when they find a spider on their roof, or some other rodent within their household, who are they going to call? An inspector. You understand? What they call them? The people that get the rodents out the house.
Pest control.
Yeah, pest control.
Exterminator.
Yeah, exterminator, which is 9 out of 10 is what? Is a man. You understand? And of course, if that black man was within that household, he'll know exactly what to do to prevent all of that from happening, man. That's why the black man is so important within the black household, man. And that's why we need to counter the American ways and the American philosophies with what, man? With following these law statutes and commandments, following that a man should lead. You understand? The scripture talks about men of valor, men of war. It don't say nothing about women of war or women of valor. It says men of war and men of valor. Meaning, man, men are in leadership, man. All throughout the Bible, man. And that's exactly how it should be within the black community, man. Because, of course, the Bible is only for black, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. So why not follow what was given unto us, man?
Right.
As a black community, man. If we can get Psalm chapter 37 and 16. Psalm chapter 37.
Psalm chapter 37, verse 16. A little that a righteous man hath is better than the riches of many wicked.
You know what I'm saying? It says a little that the righteous man hath is better than the riches of many wicked, man. Meaning, man, if a man is righteous and he's following these laws, statutes, and commandments, the riches of how the quote unquote American way of living, as far as going to school, going to college, the American dream, and of course is nothing wrong as far as going through as far as the American way to get your education. But a righteous man, according to the Most High, all of those riches, they don't mean anything, man.
Right.
Anything whatsoever, man. So the scripture is saying, man, a righteous man is far off than a man with riches, man. Because a man with riches that is not following the law, statutes, and commandments, he's wicked in the Most High ways, man. And so, like, in the Most understands that if he does not, as far as provide for his family, and when we say provide, it's not necessarily talking about money, safety. Just having a black man within the household is providing enough. But you have to do it in the righteous way, man. Because you have to be a righteous man according to the scriptures, man. You don't mind to keep reading, sir?
God. Verse 17. For the arms of the wicked shall be broken.
You know what I'm saying? The arms of the wicked shall be broken, man. Meaning, man, if you're a wicked man, you're going to be broken down, man. Because you're not following the Most High, man. Because you're not a righteous man. You're a wicked man that will rather follow the American way, follow the American customs, the Christian church ways, man. That's wicked in the Most High eyes, man. It says their arms are going to be broken, man. Keep going.
But the Lord upholdeth the righteous.
But the Lord upholdeth the righteous, man. Meaning, man, you can have no money, you can have no slavery, you can have no understanding of the way America thinks. But if you're righteous in the Most High ways, He's going to lift you up over the understanding of the way of how America thinks, man. And He's truly going to choose you over a wicked man. Like I'm gonna go to this article that I had. Read it. No, we good, sir. I'm gonna read it. You understand? Because of course, a wicked man, as we were bringing out earlier, he wouldn't care about the missing 64,000 women that is rising within the black community, man. And that is just being unheard of within social media and mainstream media, man. So I'm gonna read this one right here. Inside her story, are there really 64,000 missing black women in the United States? You understand? We read an article earlier that had said that was an actual valid proof, but of course, America always wants to question something when it's pertaining to the black community. Across social media, you will find thousands of posts alerting people about an alarming statistic: black women are missing in the United States. The information has caused uproar among the black community, with people upset the information is not receiving mainstream attention, and other cautioning black women to be safe when traveling alone. Why is a black woman traveling alone? You want to know why? Because she has no trust within a black man. Her trust is in America for safety. And how sad it is, that's the way that our black women think now, man. That they will rather listen to America, listen to a Christian pastor that get his ways from the Roman Catholic Church, which is our oppressor. They would rather listen to that man versus a black man. This is what they would truly do, man. So what's the real story? Keep reading the article. And this is this article is blackamericaweb.com. Jackie Reed goes inside her story when Derricka and Natalie Wilson, the founders of the Black and Missing Foundation, to get the facts on the reported 64,000 missing black women in the United States. So this is an interview with the founders of the Black and Missing Foundation, because of course a lot of people question about, are these black women and these little girls, are they actually missing, or are these just made up numbers? According to Derricka, the numbers are accurate and are based on data provided by the FBI. However, the duo does want the public to be aware that the data does not factor in those who were located or those who left voluntarily, adding, but we're still seeing a spike in the number of women reporting missing because of sex trafficking, man. And sex trafficking is something that that here recently within the past 3 to 5 years that has become come very, very high within the black community, man. You know what I'm saying? Another one is with the black women and their coming up missing, but their organs is gone, man. Organs is gone in black women and black girls, man. Sex trafficking, man. Little girls and women. I remember that article that I had seen on Facebook. The sister that was in Atlanta, where she finally had got out of the situation. Lord, man, all praise to the Most High for that, man. But this woman, she was stuck in I believe it was in Atlanta through sex trafficking, and to the point where she actually had a baby while she was still getting molested and still getting raped. And Lord allowed that woman to be able to come out of that situation and to be able to tell her story, man. Lord allowed that to happen, man. Because if it was our oppressor ways, they would have found some other type of way to be able to further captive that black woman, man. Not only that black woman, but that child as well too, man. And would have raised that child in the same way that that her mother was raised, man. And we want to ask, man, like, why are the black men missing out of the black household, man? If a black man was present within that sister that got abused and raped, along with the other 64,000, man, just imagine what could happen to the black community, man. Just imagine what could happen, man, to our women, man. Safety would happen, man. Because we truly, as a black culture, we truly love our women, man, and we will truly die for our women. Of course, if she's following the law, statutes, and commandments, and she follow orders, man, we will truly die for our women, man. You know what I'm saying? But this one says we are still seeing a spike, and this article came out November of last year as well too. You know what I'm saying? So they're still seeing a spike, mainly within the sex trafficking, man. But everybody want to live their own life, man. Everybody want to live their best life, man. Everybody want to believe in these quote-unquote reality TV shows, man. A black man has to make $1.2 million a year just to be able to talk to a sister these days, man. No, man, we need to realize and we need to get a broad understanding that money does not buy righteousness, man. Righteousness is only by following these laws, statutes, and commandments, and being a man, and being a masculine man. If we can go to Proverbs chapter 10 and verse 11. Proverbs chapter 10 and verse 11.
Proverbs chapter 10, verse 11.
Mm-hmm.
The mouth of the righteous man is a well of life.
You know what I'm saying? The mouth of a righteous man is a what?
A well of life.
Is a well of life, man. You know what I'm saying? Meaning, man, the mouth of a righteous man, he's going to be able to say words that will be able to save our black women, that will be able to save our children, and that will be able to save the black community, man. This is why it's important to have a black man, a black righteous man within that household, man. Because he's going to know what to say and he's going to follow the ways of the Most High, man. And of course, that can only be done here within the I.S.U.P.K, man. Because we give a damn about our people, man. Because we give a damn about our household, man. Can we get it from the top?
Proverbs chapter 10, verse 11. The mouth of a righteous man is a well of life, but violence covereth the mouth of the wicked.
You know what I'm saying? But what does?
But violence covereth the mouth of the wicked.
You know what I'm saying? But violence covered the mouth of the wicked, man. Meaning, man, how did violence come into the black community? And once again, man, this is something that we truly have to ask ourselves as a black man or a black woman, Hispanic man, Hispanic woman, Native Indian, or a woman or man. How did violence come within the black community, man? I'll answer for time's sake, man. Our oppressor, man. Our oppressor has done nothing but brainwash us and have us warring against one another, have us warring within our own household, man. Like the scripture was saying, man, the only way to bind a strong man's house is to bind a strong man. That's why, as far as within the black community, following the American ways, the marriage, the marriage percentage is declining following the ways of our oppressor, man. And of course, we know here within the I.S.U.P.K that our marriages, they last forever. Because we understand that sex is marriage. We understand that once we put our rod in a female, that's our dual responsibility for the rest of our lives. Unless she goes out and whore out with another man. But once we realize that, man, once we realize that violence covered the mouth of the wicked, then we'll be able to understand that violence is America, man. America has done nothing but just made us once again war against one another, make us argue with our wives, make us argue with our husbands to the point where the woman has the authority within America that they will actually kick out the man. Another way that a man is being binded within his own household, man. Keep going if you don't mind.
Verse 12. Hatred stirreth up strifes, but love covereth all sins.
I'm saying hatred stirred up strifes, man, but love covered all sins, man. Like we said before, the black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, we understand true love, man. We understand the love for our people and the love for our household, the love for our wife, the love for our kids, man. Why? Because we love the Most High. We love Christ, man. And this is something that the Most High has told us to do, man. Keep going.
God, verse 13. In the lips of him that hath understanding, wisdom is found.
It says, when wisdom is found, man, in the lips of him that hath understanding, meaning that he understands these laws, statutes, and commandments. He understands the importance of him being a black man within a household. He has found that wisdom, man. And what is he going to use that wisdom for? The wisdom to be able to cure the black household, man. The wisdom to be able to cure the black women, man. The wisdom to be able to cure our black children, man. Keep going.
God. But a rod is for the back of him that is void of understanding.
You know what I'm saying? Avoid the understanding, man. And how do we void understanding? We follow our Christian pastor, man. We follow, once again, the European ways and how America is set up, man. We are in an epidemic right now, man. This coronavirus is airborne, man. According to articles, according to the NASA, man. The black man is needed in the household, man, because a black man knows exactly what is needed, man. We are natural survivors, man. We are natural warriors, man. We understand what's needed. But, of course, according to America, America wants that woman to be an authority. America wants that woman to be able to make those rational decisions when it comes to food and shelter and spending of the funds. You have women right now, buying all the jewelry in the world right now because she wants to look good for what? She wants to look good for the coronavirus, man. You know what I'm saying? You have all of these factories, man. You have all of these restaurants, all of these retail stores just filled with women, man. Doing what? Buying things to be able to make themselves quote unquote look good, man. Why? Because there's no black man within the household, man. The black woman is not a natural survivor. The black woman should be nurturing to her husband and to her kids, man. Not making these rational decisions on how to pay bills and how to find money for food and make all the money decisions. No, man. Be nurturing in this time, man, and allow that black man back in the household, man. Because just like the scripture says, in the lips of him that have understanding, wisdom is found, man. Meaning that he has that understanding, man. Keep going if you don't mind, sir.
John, verse 14. Wise men lay up knowledge, but the mouth of the foolish is near destruction.
It says wise men. It doesn't say wise women. It doesn't say wise children. You know what I'm saying? Because we're living in, of course, within the hellish condition that we have ever witnessed, man. They're saying even slavery, man. We are living worse than it was back in slavery. Of course, we were being beat, raped, and robbed, but of course we are still being beat, raped, and robbed. But now, man, our identity is just stolen. The black man in the household is just stolen, man. It's just gone. But the wise man is going to lay up that knowledge, man. That knowledge for who, man? The knowledge for his household, man. The knowledge for his nation. The knowledge for the black community, man. So we'll be able to gain the black community back, man. All this can't be done by watching what's that TV show, the Real Housewives of Atlanta, or the Basketball Wives, or all these fake reality TV shows that is doing nothing but truly leading our black women to believe that they'll be able to live the independent lifestyle, man, when they truly need a black man. Can you read that scripture one more time, if you don't mind?
John, verse 14, Proverbs chapter 10. In the lips of him that have verse 14. Wise men lay up knowledge, but the mouth of the foolish is near destruction.
But the mouth of the foolish is near destruction, man. Black man, you have to be courageous, man. Black man, you have to be, like the scripture says, that you're a man of valor. You're a man of war, man. You can't allow your woman to not necessarily as far as over talk you, but be able to see as the scripture says that she has no rulership over you, man. She has no authority over you according to the scriptures, man. So when you follow her ways, man, your foolish is near destruction, man. You're going to allow her to be able to kick you out of the household, man. Strip you from everything that was given to you, man. Because the Most High gave you that woman, man. Why not allow the Most High to be able to nurture and be able to mold that marriage, man, instead of following the ways of America, man? Why not fight why not fight for what's yours, man? If we can get it from top one more time, Shalai.
Verse 14. Wise men lay up knowledge, but the mouth of the foolish is near destruction. Verse 15. The rich man's wealth is his strong city. The destruction of the poor is their poverty.
You understand? The rich man's wealth is his strong city, man. The rich man's wealth is his strong city, man. We're living in America where wealth is quote unquote power, man. Wealth is nothing but power, man. And it says the destruction of the poor is their poverty, man. Keep going.
Verse 16. The labor of the righteous tendeth to life. The fruit of the wicked to sin.
You know, saying the labor of the righteous tended to life, man, and the fruit of the wicked to sin, man. Meaning, man, the labor of the righteous tended to life, man. You're saying if you're a righteous man, if you're following these laws, statutes, and commandments, if you're building up your nation, if you're building up your household, man, you have life, man. You know what I'm saying? But the fruit, man, meaning, man, the doings of the wicked, it causes it to sin, man. The wicked, man, the fruit of the wicked, man. What are some fruit of the wicked, man? Like we've been saying, following the ways after America, man. Following, allowing your woman to have authority over you, man. Allowing your child to have authority over you, man. This is something, man, that has been taught throughout the black community, man. By what, man? By following the European customs, man, of what they have for us, and not going by what the Most High has for us, man, as a black community, man. If we can drop that, we can go to Ezekiel chapter 18 and verse 26.
Ezekiel chapter 1.
Ezekiel chapter 18 and verse 26. You understand? Because we have to realize, man, that the fruit of the wicked, of course, does sin. But also, man, there are also good fruits, man, that can be implemented within a black community, within that black household, man.
18 and 26.
Sir.
Ezekiel chapter 18, verse 26. When a righteous man turneth away from his righteousness, and cometh and committeth iniquity, and dieth in them, for his iniquity that he hath done shall he die.
You understand? Can we read from the top one more time? Shalom.
Verse 26. When a righteous man turneth away from his righteousness.
You understand? Meaning, man, when a righteous man, a man that is that is within his household, that is following these law, statutes, and commandments, that is not following the American way, man. When he gives all that up for a whore, or for his child, or for his woman, to allow his woman to usurp authority over him, keep going.
And committed iniquity.
And committed iniquity, man, meaning, man, wrongdoings, or we was gonna keep it as our wrongdoings. Keep going.
And dieth in them. For his iniquity that he had done shall he die.
You know what I'm saying? Meaning, man, if you die within your iniquity, man, if you die within your wrongdoings, man, you have failed, man, and you're going to die within that sin, man. If you have a household and you choose to do something wrong, far as sleeping with a whore, catching AIDS, you're going to die within that iniquity. You're going to die within that wrongdoing, man. And you're going to fail the black household, man. As far as women, if you fall within that iniquity, if you fall within that wrongdoing, thinking that you're above the man, thinking that you're above America, and failing your household, all of this is going to be destroyed. You got it, sir.
Brother Thomas said a brother from Bennettsville shot his baby mother and her boyfriend. Then he killed himself when he got home from class yesterday.
Good night, man. So this is a brother that was here yesterday, right, sir? Good night, man. And he said a brother shot his wife and his child.
No, shot the baby mother and her boyfriend.
Good night.
And then killed himself.
Man. Just like we was talking about earlier, man. Binding that strong man, in that household, man. And 9 out of 10 times it was all over some box, man. 9 out of 10 times it was all over some box, or dealing with some drugs, or anything within that nature. Now, man, 3 innocent black men is just gone right here in South Carolina, man. Because this is not what the Most High wanted, man.
Right.
America wanted that to happen, man. So that brother, he made America great again, man. All over some box, man, or whatever the scenario may be, man. Brother Thomas, if you do know, like the actual situation on what happened, if you can just type that in so we can get just a little bit more detail on it. But that's just a horrible story to hear, man. One brother killed a sister and her husband, man, and then turned on himself and killed himself, man. Now that's hell, man.
Right.
That's true hell, man. When that's all that you can literally think about, versus trying to build up that household by trying to help out and do any and everything that you'll be able to do for that brother in the act of brotherhood. You're going to kill your brother and his wife, and then yourself. No, man. This is why a strong man is needed within the black household, man. And this is why America has to get out of the black household, man. Because this is just one of many stories, man, that we hear all throughout America, all throughout social media. We hear stories every single day, man. Every single day, man. We can go to Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse 20.
chapter 3, verse 20. Again, when a righteous man doth turn from his righteousness.
You understand? It says again, man. Once a righteous man turns away, we need to realize how important it is to be a righteous man. In being that masculine man. And not following the ways of America, man. It is truly hurting your household. It's truly hurting your black community, man. I can remember growing up, man. And you will see as far as the black man within the black household, man. And as I got older, middle school, high school, you just seen it just slowly decreasing of black men being just taken out of the household, man. And this was just throughout my community, man. Why, man? Because America has filled their lies, man. Their sexual deviance, their molestation, man, within a black household, man. If we can get it from the top, if you don't mind, sir.
Come. Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 20. Again, when a righteous man doth turn from his righteousness and commit iniquity, and I lay a stumbling block before him.
You know what I'm saying? And I lay that stumbling block before him, man. You know what I'm saying? I remember a few classes ago, we talked about some of those stumbling blocks that would just jam brothers up, man. Just like that brother down there in Bennettsville, man. He had a stumbling block, man. Of course, we don't know the situation in full, but that stumbling block was this female and that male, his brother and his sister, man. To the point where he just took his own life and took their life, man. Took their lives first and then his own life, man. That's a stumbling block, man. That will just hurt brotherhood, man. That will hurt sisterhood. That will hurt the black community, man. And that will essentially hurt the black household, man. And this is just something that should not be frowned upon. This should be taken very, very serious if you're a black, Hispanic, or Native Indian man. Because when those stumbling blocks come, you need to gird yourself up with these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. You need to gird yourself up with the extension of brotherhood and sisterhood, man. Because we need to realize, man, because what you think that you're dealing with, what you think that you're dealing with to allow you to just think that it's okay to just kill an innocent woman and black man. That's what America wants, man. America wants you to think that way, man. America wants you to be warned with your brothers and sisters, man. But we need to realize, man, as the black community, that literally we are truly all we have, man. And it's very important that that we don't allow these stumbling blocks to be able to cast away what the Most High has for us, man. Because those stumbling blocks, man, are just nothing but America getting in the way of the black household, man. We can get it from the top, Shalai.
God. Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 20. Again, when a righteous man doth turn from his righteousness and commit iniquity, and I lay a stumbling block before him, he shall die.
He shall die, man. And that's what happened to that brother, man, down there in Bennettsville, South Carolina, man. He allowed whatever that stumbling block was, man, that just allowed him to forget about brotherhood and sisterhood. That stumbling block allowed him to die, man, by his hands, man, by the hands of America, man. This is why brotherhood and sisterhood is so important, man. This is why coming up under these ranks in the I.S.U.P.K is so important, man. And it's very inevitable, man, in this time period that we are in right now, that we gird ourselves with that brotherhood and sisterhood, man. That we gird ourselves with nothing but nourishing and love and long suffering and kindness, man. Like the fruits of the Spirit says in the Bible, man. This is what's going to get us through this epidemic, man, that America has plagued upon us, man. And if you're a black man, you need to be strong. And how do you become strong? Getting in these classes, man. Getting within these ranks in the I.S.U.P.K, man. That's how you become stronger, man. It's like if we can get it from the top one more time, man, because this is a heavy scripture right here, man.
Come, Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 20. Again, when a righteous man doth turn from his righteousness and commit iniquity, and I lay a stumbling block before him, he shall die.
He shall die, man. Make sure. You want to say something?
I didn't know you wanted me to continue. Nah, just why.
Yeah, calm. If you don't mind, sir, you can.
Because thou hast not given him warning, he shall die in his sin.
And you're saying you're going to die within that sin, man. When you allow these stumbling blocks to come within your life, man, your life is going to go downhill, man. And the only way to counter that is to do what, man? Gird yourself, man, with the fruits of like the scripture says, you know them by the fruits of their labor, man. Put in that good fruit, man. Put in your brick, man. Put in that good labor of the Most High, man. So when that stumbling block does come, you will have the information, you will have the toolage that you will just be able to just push that stumbling block, man, over the hill, man, and keep on pushing, man. Keep on trucking, man, because you are needed, black man. You are needed, Hispanic man. You are needed, Native Indian man, within the black community. Because who else is going to protect our sisters, man? 64,000 and counting women and girls are missing. And they said the spike is due to sex trafficking. This should be taken very, very seriously, man. Very seriously, man. Because we truly, like I said earlier, man, we truly love our women, man. We truly love them, man. And we know what's best for them. But when we allow America, that stumbling block come within our mindset and within our understanding and within our hearts, we truly fail our family, man. Right. We truly fail them, man. We need to be girded with this truth, man. We need to be girded with the I.S.U.P.K, man. Right. Because that's the only answer, man. That has only been an answer, man. Because we fix black families, man. Because we understand black families. And more importantly, we understand the American ways on how they're attempting to destroy the black community, man. You understand? If we can get the scripture just one more time, sir. Shalom.
Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 20. Again, when a righteous man doth turn from his righteousness and commit iniquity, and I lay a stumbling block before him, he shall die. Because thou hast not given him warning, he shall die in his sin, and his righteousness which he hath done shall not be remembered.
Man, good night, man. So everything that you have did because you allowed that stumbling block to just come, a stumbling block, man. We talking about a stumbling block that could have been prevented, man. All because what, man? All because America has just done nothing but just whitewashed your brain to be able to just think like them. When we should be thinking like the I.S.U.P.K. Our brains should be thinking the I.S.U.P.K. way and the only way, man. That's what we should be truly thinking, man. If we can go to Matthew chapter 24 and verse 13.
Matthew 24 and 13.
Come. You know, son, because of course everyone knows that this journey and that, you know, when you come into the truth, it's not going to be an easy walk, man. You know what I'm saying? You're going to, those stumbling blocks are going to come, man. You know what I'm saying? Those stumbling blocks are going to come, man. That's why we have everything set up in line for you, man. We have the toolage. We have the information, man. We have counselors within our school, man. Yes, and we have brothers and sisters that have been through exactly what you're going through, man. But how do you find out the cure and the toolage that you'll need, man? Coming within the school, man. Making your like Jeremiah was saying, making your election sure, man. Making sure that you do not drop your sword, man. Making sure that you drop the American ways and you pick up, man, the most high ways, man. You pick up these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. You understand the mysteries of America and you understand the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, man. Then you'll be able to have an understanding on how to fix your household, man. Then you'll be able to have the understanding on how to fix yourself, man. So you'll be able to become that men of war and that men of valor, and putting on that warlike apparel and putting on those boots, putting making sure your fringes are on right, putting on those armbands, man, and those crowns, man. You'll be able to gain that understanding once you continue to shed yourselves of the world, man. Go ahead if you don't mind, sir.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
So like from top, if you don't mind, sir.
Come. Matthew chapter 24, verse 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
You know what I'm saying? We have to endure, man. You know what I'm saying? We have to make sure that because when those stumbling blocks come, we need to endure. We need to remember the teachings. We need to remember the instruction in the direction that we receive from the men above us, man. So when that stumbling block does come, we'll be able to overcome that stumbling block, man. And if I could, just for time's sake, we did find an article there in Bennisville, South Carolina. I just kind of just want to get to the point of why that all happened, if it's within this article. Give me 1 second here. Let's see here. Alright, 1 second here. So this is I'm just gonna read the article that the brother was talking about. I'm pretty sure they are still doing their investigations and trying to figure out exactly what it was for. But this the WPDE Bennisville man wanted in double shooting found dead. A man wanted in a double shooting Tuesday morning in Bennisville. This morning, a man was wanted in a double shooting Tuesday morning in Bennisville, has been found dead in Sumter County of an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. According to Sumter County Sheriff Police Information Officer Adrian Sarvez, the Sumter County Coroner's Office has identified the victim as 22-year-old Jadarius Taylor of Bennisville. So this is the brother that actually shot the two victims. Officials said an autopsy will determine a specific cause of death. Sarver said deputies spotted Tarver's car at a motel, and minutes later heard a gunshot. She added officers never encountered Taylor. Police responded to Marlboro Court Apartments Tuesday morning on Oakwood Street in Bentonville, where two people have been wounded in a shooting. One man had been airlined to the hospital. Bentonville police confirmed Taylor was the suspect in Tuesday morning shooting. Of course, you understand, like, more details will definitely come. But this is just a sad story, man. You know, so like going back to the story, man, and just reading it. I mean, man, this is just 3 black people. Their lives are just gone, man. They couldn't even let me see. So this brother was 22 years old, man. 22 years old, man. Ain't no telling when he just turned 22 or if he been 22 for some months. But 22 years old is very, very young, man. Very young, man. And he shot himself along with 2 other people, man. Two other people first, and then himself, man. Like we said, of course, more details will definitely come within this. Of course, I definitely want to keep up on this personally, just to see, you know, what the cause of it was for, man. Hopefully it wasn't, you know, over something childish, or, you know, over, you know, drugs, or over the box or anything in that nature, man. All in all, it's a sad state of affairs, man, that this had to happen, man. If we can go, if we can drop that, we can go down to 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 9. 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 9. You know what I'm saying? Because the Most High, He has purpose, man, for a black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man. You know what I'm saying? He has purpose for us. Of course, you know what I'm saying, mainly dealing with the black household, man. You know what I'm saying? Because all of this could have been prevented. You know, going back to that story in Bentonville, man. If Brotherhood was the core of that brother, what was that brother name? Jadarius. You know what I'm saying? That decided to take two innocent people's lives, man. If Brotherhood was the core of that, man, that could have been simply prevented, man. You got that scripture for your mind?
Is that the same one, Matthew 24 and 13?
1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 9. 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 9.
First Corinthians chapter 2 verse 9. But as it is written, I have not seen nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man the things which the Most High have prepared for them that love Him.
You understand? Of course, man. We have no idea, man, what the Most High has planned for us, man. You understand? Of course, when it says that as it is written, mean that this was written in the Old Testament, man. Meaning, man, that the Most High has something great planned for that black household, man. Has something planned for that black man. Has something planned for that black woman. Has something planned for that black child, man. He has something planned for those 64,000 women and girls, man. That are just in the wind, man. All because the way America thinks, man. All because we follow America as black people, man, as a whole. We love to follow America, man. 64,000 women and girls could have been prevented, man. Because we have no idea what the Most High has planned for us, man. None whatsoever, man. And when we come back to following these laws, statutes, and commandments, and having brotherhood and sisterhood, the core of everything, then, man, like the scripture says, man, we have no idea what the Most High had planned for us, man. But we truly need to come back to the basics, man. We truly need to come back to the core of what the Most High, as far as dealing with these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. We need to truly stop believing in our Christian pastor and believing what these true priests and prophets of the Lord is saying within our I.S.U.P.K, man. Because we are following the Bible, man. We understand the Bible, man. We understand that the black man is in harm dealing with America, man. We understand that the black woman is harmed by believing in the American way. That's what we truly do understand, man. If we can get it from the top.
Come. 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 9. But as it is written, I have not seen, nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man the things which the Most High have prepared for them that love him.
You understand? No one has no idea, man, what the Most High has planned for us, man. We need to truly have this embedded in our minds and within our understanding and within our hearts, man. That without this brotherhood, man, without this sisterhood, man, without unconditionally loving our brothers and sisters, man, we might as well just go ahead and make America great again, man. We might as well go ahead and continue to smoke weed, man. We might as well go ahead and continue to eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. We might as well go ahead and continue to sleep with our brother's wife, man. Or have our sisters continue to be whores, man. Or continue to go to the strip clubs, man. Or continue to allow the American way to have us think in a way of a child molester or be a pedophile or be a straight a straight trans. No, man. We need to come back, man. Like YAHANNA says, man, come back home, man. Come back to your true lineage, man. Come back to your true DNA, man. Of understanding your true culture, man. Of learning, of course, that you are indeed a Hebrew Israelite, man. From the 12 tribes of Israel, man. This is something that should be shaking the world, man. Not this coronavirus, man. To the hell with this coronavirus, man. World War III is going to happen anyway, man. So why not, in the midst of all of this, why not gird yourself with this truth, man? Why not have it embedded in your mind, man?
Right.
Because we know this place is going up in flames. We know that nuclear warfare is going to happen. So why not, in the midst of it all, why not surround yourself with brotherhood and sisterhood, man? Why not take back your household, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man?
Right.
Why not take it back in the midst of all of this, man? To the hell with America, man. To the hell with that coronavirus, man. The black family, the black household is more important than that coronavirus, man. It's, of course, it is, of course, doing his work. The Most High is allowing that to happen. But why not allow the Most High to show you what he has planned for you, man, within that black household, man? Because our sisters, man, they truly do need us throughout all of this is happening, man. Throughout all of this epidemic, man. They may not strongly and they may not just bluntly say it, but they truly do need a black man in that household, man. They truly do, man. Let's see here. I get a couple more scriptures in. Let's go ahead and go to Ezekiel. We're gonna go back to Ezekiel chapter 37 and verse 10.
Ezekiel chapter what?
37 and verse 10. Could.
Ezekiel chapter 37 verse 10. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them, and they lived, and stood up upon their feet, an exceedingly great army.
An exceedingly great army, man. You understand? They so this you understand, of course, this is when one second, verse 10. So I prophesied, and he commanded me, and the breath came into them, and they lived, and they stood up upon their feet, an exceeding great army, man. You said men of war, man. You said this is what's within our true DNA, man. This is what is in our true identity, man. We are men of war, man. Meaning what, man? We should be warring with America when they are trying to war against our black household, man. This is something that we should be truly fighting for, man.
Right.
Truly fighting for, man. Because it's inevitable, man, in this time period right now, man. The black man is needed, man. You know, it's a great army, man. A great army, man, warring against what's theirs, man. You know what I'm saying? We need to make sure that we stand up on our 2 feet as a black Hispanic Native Indian man and take back what's righteously ours, man. And just leave back the American customs, man. Leave back the American ways. Leave back our oppressor ways, man. Because they don't want us to be a great army, man. They want us to be great homosexuals, man. They want us to greatly accept the LGBTQ plus community, man. That's what they want us to be great in, man. Because that right there, that's going to make America great again, man. But when we are building up the army of the Lord, that's what they feared, man. That's what they truly feared, man. You know, so like they don't want a true prophet, man, to be able to tell them exactly who they are, because they know that they're going to stand up on their 2 feet and they're going to believe everything that true priest and prophet is telling them. And they're going to be an exceedingly great army, man. They're going to be exceedingly, man. Right. They are going to overcome everything that America has planned for them and be able to counter that with what the Most High has planned for them, man. This is what we should be focusing on, man. This is what we truly should be focusing on, man. Let's see here. Let me see if we want to go to Tobit now. Let me see here. Let's see, this would be a good one. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus chapter 2.
Ecclesiasticus.
Count. Chapter 2, and we can start at verse 1. We can probably end it up with these scriptures right here.
Chapter 2.
Count, and we can start right at verse 1.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, Prepare thy soul for temptation.
You understand? So, of course, if you come to serve the Lord, if you come to overcome America, prepare your soul to be tempted, man. Prepare for those stumbling blocks, man. Prepare for those stumbling blocks to come to attempt to overtake your soul, man. And how do you do that? Of course, we've been talking about through all class, man. Get girded with this truth, man. Get girded with brotherhood and sisterhood, man.
Right.
Get girded with on how to build your household again, man. Keep going.
Come. Verse 2. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure.
It says, set thy heart aright, man. Set thy heart to do the righteous things, man. Set thy heart to be able to just counter everything that America has for you, man. And it says constantly endure, man. Meaning, man, constantly do not give up, man. Even when you want to give up, just constantly endure, man. Constantly, man. Constantly do the righteous thing, man.
Right.
Constantly over and over and over again to the point where it's just basics, man. It's just basic for you to not eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, man. It's basic for you to be able to build up your household, man. That's how you constantly endure, man. Keep going.
Verse 3. Cleave unto him and depart not away.
If we can read that that end of verse 2, so
and make not haste in time of trouble.
You say, and make not haste in a time of trouble, man. America is in a time of trouble. Not us, black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. You know what I'm saying? Because their time is coming, man. In the scripture in 2nd Esdras, chapter 2 and 9, it says Esau is the end of the world, but Jacob is the beginning that followeth, man. Meaning America, the Babylon the Great is going to fall, man. But what, man? We are going to be beginning of it, man. That followeth, man. So while all of this is going on throughout America, throughout the whole world, don't get caught up in this trouble, man. Don't get caught up in the don't get caught up in the lies, man, that America is trying to portray on you, man. Because they want you to believe that, and of course this coronavirus is definitely very, very serious, but we have something that's more serious, man. And that's the Most High in Christ, man. And this is something that we should be taking very serious, man. Because their time is coming to an end, man. Babylon is going to fall, man. And a new rulership is coming, man. When Christ comes down with the 200 million angels, believe, man, best believe that the order for the black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man is going to be set. And we're going to rule this nation, man. So in this time of trouble, don't be quick. Don't be quick to follow the American ways, man. Don't be quick to let your woman have authority over you, man. No, man. In this time of trouble, man, you said we need to realize, man. We need to truly realize, man, that we are, man, and we truly are, man. We truly are, man. We truly are the Most High chosen people, and that He has our back, man. Let the Most High fight this coronavirus, man. While you allow the Most High to fight for you to get your black household back together, man. Keep going if you don't mind.
Come. Verse 3. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 4. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state.
You know what I'm saying? Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, man, and be patient, man, when thou art changed to a lower state, man. Be grateful for what you have right now, man. Be truly grateful for what you have right now. Be grateful for that minimum wage job, man. Be grateful for be grateful for just being black in America, man. Because being black in America means, man, what? That you're going to be black when the new rulership comes, man. When our King Yahawashi comes, man. Of course, if you're following the law, statutes, and commandments, man. So this is something that we should be taking very, very, very seriously, man. Keep going if you don't mind.
Come. Verse 5. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Verse 6. Believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in him.
Yes, and believe in him, man, and he will help thee, man. He will be able to help you through all the adversity that is going on right now, man. All of this hell that's going on around you right now, man, is going to be something bigger and better, man, out of all of the outcome of this, man. Once this place falls, man, a new kingdom is going to come, man. According to the scriptures, man. So make sure, man, that we are steadfasting unto the Most High, man. Make sure that we are getting that broad understanding, and that we are enduring, man, and that we choose to endure, and that we choose to not fall short, and we choose not to follow the ways of America, man. Because following the ways of America, man, will just have us in a ditch, man. Like scripture says, the blind lead the blind into a ditch, man. You're going to end up in that ditch, man, and you're not going to be able to crawl out, man. Following the ways of America, man. Following the ways after our oppressor. Following the ways after these other heathens, man. Their time is truly going to come, man. If we can drop down to verse 7.
Come. Verse 7. Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy, and go not aside, lest ye fall.
You know what I'm saying? Ye that fear the Lord, man, wait for his mercy, man. Wait for his mercy, man, and go not aside, man. Because you're going to fall, man. If you do not fear the Lord, if you're not following these laws, statutes, and commandments, if you're not girded with brotherhood and sisterhood, you're going to fall, man. Don't take this truth for granted, man, because this truth is going to seriously change your life, man. Because this truth is going to be able to build the black household back, man. And this truth is truly, truly, truly going to build the black man and realize and grasp onto the understanding of why he is so important within the black household, man. That's what this truth is going to do, man. And that's what's going to happen when you fear the Most High, man. Because the Most High wants a strong black household, man. The Most High wants a masculine man. The Most High wants a nurturing woman. The Most High wants obedient children, man, within this kingdom, man. So with that, we'll go ahead and end the class. Do the security announcements. Unless we had any more comments or questions online, sir. Alright, I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K, start at the 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from their head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Times which is a commandment. Find this in Numbers chapter 18 verses 21. In Malachi chapter 3 verses 8 through 10 means tent in the Hebrew, ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering to a priest, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like, upcoming holy convocation is a Passover, of course. Definitely want to stay tuned for Manager YAHANNA did stay tuned for an upcoming date for the Passover. But of course, throughout the Bible, you can find this throughout Exodus 12 verses 1 through 51, Leviticus chapter 23 4 through 5. 1 Corinthians chapter 5 verses 7 through 8, and then 2 Chronicles chapter 30 verse 17. Remind Akim and Aqua to check the bulletin board in the hallway if anyone wants to be a trooper in the school. Start wearing all black, blue shirts, pants, and headband, scarf. With that, shalom.